My name is Shaun Berns with Phase 3 Brewing, and this is your craft beer and brewing tip of the week. Next up, we have cinnamon that we're going to talk about, an ingredient that I adopted on pretty early. Definitely is an ingredient that is a love-hate on both a manufacturing level and on a consumer level. We try to always make sure that we have a balance in using it. I like to use ground cinnamon. A lot of people think that the best cinnamon probably comes from using real whole cinnamon sticks. We've tried cinnamon sticks, and sometimes we do use cinnamon sticks when it's appropriate. What we've found is ground cinnamon just has the best flavor profile for what we're looking to achieve. I feel more comfortable using it. I don't get quite the earthy flavor, and I feel like I can control it better. I don't surprise myself sometimes with like sticks where all of a sudden we're getting a huge amount of flavor. I just find it more consistent. So we use ground cinnamon, ground Saigon cinnamon. What I like to do is incorporate it onto other ingredients. A great combo, one of my favorite combos ever for making stouts for adjuncting is coconut and cinnamon. I think that's an absolute match made in heaven kind of combo, especially when you add in barrel to the mix, and then the stout base is absolutely beautiful. One of the ways that we use that is we'll sprinkle the cinnamon over the coconut, especially when you can hand toast coconut. I think this makes a huge difference, but you really release a lot of the fat and the oil through heating it. So when you add the cinnamon to the coconut, you get it sticks to the coconut, just like if you were seasoning fries right out of the fryer. You don't wait, you do it kind of right away, so it sticks to the oil. Similar idea. So if you can do that, that'd be the way I would recommend using it, but I would also just recommend using it in small amounts in a recirculation tank, and then being able to filter it. That's one thing that using ground cinnamon comes with the drawback of it likes to clump up, and it also likes to turn into like a goop, and it's sort of ugly, and you don't want that in beer. It's kind of like those beer slugs that are also popular coming out of bottles. Very similar kind of texture to that, so we try to stay away from that. Little secret, I have never weighed the cinnamon that we use. I always do it to touch. We add small amounts. I sprinkle it in, and we'll let it recirc for usually about a night. We'll go back to it, try it the next day, and we'll decide if it needs more, and we'll kind of adjust from there. But yeah, I've never weighed out my cinnamon. Probably one thing that a lot of the brewers here dislike, because I'm always kind of like, I don't know how much cinnamon to add. We just do it by feel and touch. It's the only ingredient that I have never really looked at from a weight per barrel or anything. I think it's truly just a feel of what that base beer ended up turning out like and stuff. So if I had to guess, I would say probably somewhere in the realm of a 1/4 ounce to 1/2 ounce maybe per 5 gallons. Totally a guess though, but I think that sounds about right in my head as maybe a starting point, but maybe start lower than that and work your way up. When we're talking about extracting cinnamon, we like to start lower than what we think it will need, because you can always add more, but you can't take back. But occasionally we've added too much cinnamon, and what that ends up tasting like is spicy, dry, tannin, a lot of characteristics that we just aren't looking for in stout. We work so hard to have this big, beautiful, kind of luxurious mouthfeel and body to our stouts. The last thing we want to do is dry it out and have some weird tannin kind of issue happen. So that's one thing that we're very careful with. To learn more about adding stuff to your beer, click the link below.